I'm building the missing link between the car, the motorcycle and the bicycle. I don't have a motorcycle, but you can use your imagination.
And now let's go, baby!
I believe this is the future of personal transportation. I know that's a big claim, but hear me out. I spent a decade designing what I believe is the perfect vehicle to transport one person, and a bit more than a year building the damn thing. But first, what is it? It has a cabin like a car, but it tilts into corners like a motorcycle, combining the best features of both types of vehicles. And why would anyone need something like this? I don't know. I can only speak for myself here. Sadly, where I live, I have to use a car. Public transportation is almost non-existent, so to go places that are further than 15 kilometers, the car is the only realistic option I can use in all weather, especially during winter. But even if I use an economical car, it's still bloody expensive. The fuel, insurance, taxes, tires, occasional repairs, oil changes, depreciation, road tax, consumables, all add up to a lot of money. Not to even mention the pollution I'm causing by using the car. Not only air pollution, but noise pollution as well. Cities aren't noisy, cars are. And let's not forget the visual pollution too, since cars are literally everywhere, taking all the space they can, and with some few exceptions, most of them are not pleasing to look at. And to top it all off, I hate being stuck in traffic and looking for parking. I mostly travel by myself, using my car to travel to and back from work. And for what I can see, mostly everyone does the same. I feel like I was forced to build this. A decade ago, when electric cars finally started becoming popular, I was so hopeful. Finally a car that will be much more affordable to run and less polluting. Also more reliable, since I thought the electric car powertrain, being much simpler than a conventional internal combustion one and having less moving parts, should be much more reliable. Right? So why the hell they depreciate like they are about to burn? It's because of the big enormous battery they carry. Batteries that take a lot of energy to charge, and if you want to do it quickly, you need very powerful chargers. That we have to build additional infrastructure to make them work. And who's gonna pay for that? And the batteries being so heavy, to save weight, manufacturers make them part of the car frame. They use the battery shell that contain the cells also as a structural part of the chassis. Fantastic, doing two things at once is smart, right? There is one problem though. That makes the battery extremely difficult to service. So if a few cells in your battery don't work anymore, you better buy some good quality lube because you're gonna need it. And if all the cells can't hold a charge anymore and you have to replace the battery, well, I don't want to spoil the surprise. Go on the internet and look. But if you don't, what happens is usually the car goes to the scrapyard, even if often everything else is in very good condition. The battery is so expensive that it's not worth replacing it. Hooray, this is how we reduce pollution. That's why when they go out of warranty and gather a few miles, they become kryptonite. But why they have such big battery, you may ask? Because they weigh a bit less than a freaking tank. Since the environmentally conscious car manufacturer seems to think that the best way to pollute less is to make a big, expensive SUV. A really heavy, costly to repair hunks of steel that took mining half of Africa to produce, and are so powerful that accelerate to illegal speeds in just a few seconds. Because we all know that you need minimum 500 horsepower to drive on the road. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to protect this beautiful, unique jewel of a planet. I'm sorry for my rant, but this fake greenwashing makes me mad. So I decided to take the matter in my own hand and build something that has a footprint similar to a motorcycle with similar weight, but it has an enclosed cabin, so it's usable all year and safer too. Being super ergonomic and lightweight is going to have really low running expenses and will be far less polluting than a car, even an electric one, both to produce and use. I will also make it so that it's easy and affordable to maintain. It's going to have a replaceable battery made to be easy and cheap to service. Also, the battery is going to be easy to change, so you can do battery swaps. And when the battery will no longer be good, it will be cheap to replace. I'm not saying this because I have some new revolutionary technology that will revolutionize everything. Quite simply, having a small, light, efficient vehicle means that the battery can be small. A small battery is easy to handle, and having a small battery means that it needs a small amount of money to replace. In this video, you'll see how I made the chassis up to the first road test. I don't have fancy tools and even less experience, but with a lot of dedication, time, and all my spare money, this is what I made. I'm about halfway to finish the prototype. The fiberglass body, the interior, and the powertrain are next. Subscribe if you think this kind of vehicle will be something that will help us reduce the pollution we cause to go places and want to see what this project turns into. The build has been mostly fun, sometimes a bit frustrating, but worth it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The miter saw you see me using here is an Evolution 210R. This saw is particular because the blade rotates at a much lower RPM. This way you can use blades that can also cut steel. The tool is affordable, I paid $200 for it and so far I'm very satisfied. You can also buy blade adapters and use all sorts of different blades from different manufacturers. The blade in this video is worn out, but I found out that I can buy cheap blades for aluminum, and they also last a decent while cutting mild steel. And if you set it right, it cuts straight and clean. This tool definitely gets a thumbs up from me. Sirailu măta. I decided to make a new clamping system for the bench drill. The drill I'm using is a Bosch PBD40. It's a very good drill if you don't mind the idiotic clamping system and that the chuck has so much run out that you could use it as a mixer. I have also bought some wheels. These are 20-inch with the disc brake. The problem that I have with these wheels is I don't know how this is called, the pin, or it's very small. It's a 10 millimeter diameter. I don't know how this is called. So just for comparison, I have two wheels obviously. So this is the one from the other wheel, and this is gonna be replaced with these ones. This is the difference. So yeah, that is quite substantial difference. And the reason why I need it so thick is because the wheel is gonna be just supported from one side. So I suppose that the wheel is all gonna be flex and wobbly, so hopefully that is gonna make it rigid and work properly. One problem that I have, so let me just go and take the wheel. So as you can see, that's the hole, and the problem is this really cannot go through because the hole is not as big. I think I will just enlarge the hole. The wheel hub metal was the hardest thing I've ever drilled through. I wasted 3 step drills to drill the holes. this. This being my first build, I have made a few mistakes here and there, but by far the biggest one was not wearing a breathing mask. After I finished the front suspension, I ended up with chest pain, due to breathing all the dust from using the grinder. So don't be stupid, when you do stuff like this, wear a mask. Okay. Since I don't have a lathe and couldn't find a suitable tube, I decided to use a bit of Ooga Dooga. If you don't look too close, it actually looks good. That's really welded.
By now, everything that needed to be done in order to take this on the road has pretty much been done. The only thing that's left is to paint the thing, so let's do just that. Today the sun is shining, but make no mistake, it's still bloody cold, the rear brake is too weak, and there are spots on the road that are covered with ice. So hopefully I'm not gonna die today.
Okay, let's go. Okay, now I actually want to slide it out, but it's super easy to maintain. And now let's go, baby! Okay, a little bit of brake. Ah. Oh my god! Boring, but I'm moving, baby. I am moving, baby. I can barely see.
I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed building this prototype. I have to admit that filming and editing everything isn't really my cup of tea, but at least I can hope that you got something useful out of it. The next part of this project is going to be building the body. This block of foam that you see to my left will be sculpted to make the body of the vehicle, and the goal is to make it look like the drawings you've seen at the start of this video. I know it may not look like much, but this took me a little bit more than a year, so there's still a mountain of work ahead of me. If you like what I'm doing, I have a link in the video description of a Patreon account. I also have my personal email. Maybe you want to talk with me or you want to do a one-time donation. Some financial help would be very useful to buy the tools that I need to make this and complete the project sooner. I also want to thank everyone who come with encouraging comments and also those who come with very useful advice. You can subscribe if you want to follow the rest of the project. Thanks again for watching this video and wish you all a fantastic day. Bye bye.